Good boy. That's it, you've got it. Oh yeah, good boy.
Hello, Kyle, my old friend. I come to sit with you again.
Hello, how's it going? So there's a fair on in the park today, so we can't walk the dog. You can kind of tractors, but yeah. So we've got Finn up the path here. Somebody on a bike. Sports. Yeah. So we're gonna go and have a walk around there later on and see what's going on. Finn's attacking somebody. I better go. But yeah, let's go look at books. Okay, so my postman has let me down. No show yesterday, Saturday. That's usually when I get my books, so nothing. I'm still missing Zombie Tramp 37 from last week. I emailed the company and asked them where it was. They didn't reply, so I emailed again and asked them where it was. And they said, oh, we got damaged copies, so we're waiting for more. I was like, that's fine, but why didn't you tell me? You know what I mean? No reply. Arseholes. So, whatever. Just an excuse. They might have forgot to send it. Whatever. As long as I get one, I don't care. Yeah, so I've not got any books from this week, from Wednesday past. Hopefully tomorrow. But anyway.
No new comics.
I did go into the charity shop. I went around before I went to that show, just looking for Goosebumps books, Harry Potter books. And the guy actually said to me, he was like, you're into comics and stuff, aren't you? I was like, yeah. He's like, right, I've got a little stack through the back that you can have a look at of just random stuff. I was like, fine, right, whatever. It's not stuff I would have normally bought, but this, I just got a little stack of books here. This one I've bought so he knows to save stuff for me in the future, if you see what I mean. The first one, the first time he's done it, I'm not going to say no, I don't want them. But anyway, let's just have a look at what there was. I've got 3 Walking Dead books. This is 145. I actually really like this cover. I think I've only got 1 Walking Dead, and it might actually be 144. It's the one with Negan and Alpha on the cover. I don't want to say what happens, but this is called Blood for Blood. Out in the Open, 147. And The Devil on Your Shoulder, 149. That's quite an iconic cover already. I know it's not. I think we're only in 160s now, but so that was the 3 singles I got. I got this. Forget that they were 50p each for those. Forgetless by Nick Spencer. I don't even know if this is it. I think this is it. There's no number 1 anywhere on it, so I think this must be the whole thing. But yeah, art looks pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's read that. They'll be able to tell me. And then volume 1 and 2 of Bendis's All New X-Men. So I think there's 7 of these books in this set. So I got 1 and 2, which is fine. I've read the first issue. Pretty cool. There was a $14.99 price tag on there, and then they've priced it at £1. So I think I spent £5 and got all that stuff. So can't argue with that. That's a lie. Oh no, because I got this as well. I got this book, Joe Abercrombie, Best Served Cold. This is the 4th book in a series, or there's a series of 3, and this is a book that's in the series but not part of the main story or whatever. But the guy was just going on about this, painted a beautiful picture of it, so I felt compelled to buy it and read that much of it. So we'll see how we get on with that. Oh yeah, I got a Harry Potter. I was quite kind of chuffed for this one, actually. I think this is the first I really don't want to say. I remember seeing a Philosopher's Stone with a train on it like this, and I didn't buy it, and I went back for it and it was gone, and it haunts me. But I think this is the first time the book was rejacketed. Obviously, because more adult, where just everybody was buying it. They wanted to make it look a bit more appealing for an older audience, I guess. Whatever. I think this is the first one. But yeah, there you go. This is like a bloody 20th printing. The book inside's exactly the same. Like the font and everything is identical to the other ones. They've just literally just slapped a different cover on it. 10th printing. So, I mean, how many of these have they sold? If there's 10 printings of this after all of those other ones. It was only 1 year after. I'm thinking too much about it. Anyway, there you go. I got an album. I was really torn over this album or Mule Variations for what one to get. I'm gonna end up getting them both anyway, but just in the meantime, it arrived with a bash in it. You can't really see it, but I got 25% off. They refunded me 25%. So there we go. It's Alice by Tom Waits. This and I think Mule Variations are two of my favourite of his later albums. You know, after his little weird trilogy. Yeah, after the trilogy, Swordfish Trombones, Frank's Wild Years, and Rain Dogs. They kind of set the tone of his later work from his early work. You know, ending with Heart Attack and Vine. So anyway, this one's great. There's some great songs on here that if you don't listen to Tom Waits, it would maybe help you get into his music. Flowers Grave, into No One Knows I'm Gone, amazing. Tabletop Joe, yeah, that's great. Hang on, I'm trying to read all this. Lost in the Harbour might be one of my favourite Tom Waits songs. It's incredible. And then Fawn, right at the end, is haunting. It's just a little instrumental, but yeah, brilliant song. So anyway, I think I'm gonna do Mule Variations next one I do for that Primus opening. It's got the lyrics, I didn't realise that. Look at that. Boys Laugh is Coopin'. So yeah, this album came out at the same time as an album called Blood Money. He released 2 albums on the same day. So yeah, I think Alice, I prefer Alice over Blood Money, but yeah, the glare on this thing is horrendous. Anyway, there you go. Right, anyway, that's the end of that.
That's me driving to work.
Alright, how's it going? So, we've got a brisket of beef here. I'm gonna cook it at 140 for as long as I dare, probably like 5 or 6 hours, until it's just fanned to bits. And then we'll get it on some sandwiches tonight, hopefully. So, I've got some just like mixed, like a dry rub I guess you'd call it, that I mixed up myself because that's the kind of guy I am. It's got paprika, salt, onion powder, garlic powder, celery salt, what else is in there? I don't know, it's kind of just like an all-purpose rub cayenne pepper. I think there's a little bit of onion seed in there, the black onion seed. Anyway, all that kind of shit. And yeah, black pepper, because I didn't put any black pepper in it. So, black pepper, sweet. So let's stick this in. And that was toasted sesame oil I stuck on there. So yeah, we'll just see how this comes out. Steamy. Getting somewhere. Still needs more. So potentially I'm brewing up major Charles Dickens read-through slash collection. I'm going to show you what I've got here, but I want a full set all the same, if you see what I mean. What spurred this on is I've moved a bookcase downstairs. Oh look, there's my iPad. Watching my YouTube videos on. So yeah, I moved a bookcase downstairs and I've moved books onto the rafter, whatever you call it, the shelf. Christ, it's just a shelf, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, I've moved all the books down. So I was just kind of like sorting through everything, and I came across all my Dickens books, and I thought it would be about time to get them sorted out. And I'm taking far too long to find this. Yeah, right, okay, there we go. So it's 16 books. Pickwick Papers up to Edwin Drood, which is unfinished. But I think pretty much all of these were released monthlies, like comic books, in various publications. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. But this isn't everything, like, because that's just his novels. He's got books of collected short stories and stuff. Here's a copy of Edwin Drood, and a lot of Dickens books like this you see are doubled up. So this is reprinted pieces. Be various short stories and articles, I guess. Is there dates on these? There isn't, but I'm gonna guess they're late 18, early 1900s, like literally 1890, if they're not 1900. They could be older, but I don't know how to tell if it doesn't just tell you. But yeah, I think there was 6 parts of a supposed 12-part installment for Edwin Drood, and he never finished it, so it's literally half done. So I've got a couple of those. Well, I've got 12 of these. This is the one I'm going to read next, because I can't bloody help myself. This is Christmas books. It's got, what's it called, obviously? The Christmas Carol. But it also has the novel Hard Times at the end. But it's got 3 other Christmassy, ghosty stories. There's the Chimes, the Church of the Hearth, the Battle of Life, and I think the last one's called The Hanged Man, The Haunted Man. There you go. So they're like novellas in the same vein as Christmas Carol. So just, I mean, most of these stories, like Great Expectations, Oliver Twist, Bleak House, maybe not so much, but a lot of these books people know anyway. You know these stories. But yeah, I would like, here's my other, that's what the other collection looks like. I've got 2, 4, 6, 7, I've got 11 in this set. Church History, A Child's History of England, reprinted pieces, Master Humphrey's Clock. There's Great Expectations. I think these are dated. I think these are 1930s. So those other ones are definitely older. Shit, look at that. It's been wet at some point. Holy crap, this thing's been really wet. I hope this isn't a recent... Sorry, I'll check that later. I just want to get a date. That one wasn't wet, so... Well, this one's dated in pen 1923, so it's at least as old as that. Manufactured in Great Britain. That's a real shame, this one. That front plate was so dark that it's just stained it right the way through. This thing's been dipped. This thing is wet. Well, it's not wet now, but again, no date, but 1923 anyway on this library collection. So anyway, that's everything this week. We've got more books on the way, hopefully some cool things. I just missed out on 12 mixed lot of Silver Age books. I didn't put my full effort in because they were pretty toasted, but it ended up going for about 15 quid, which I definitely would have paid for. It was Action Comics and Flash books, Silver Age. But they were all like spine rolled and everything. But for, you know, for £1 each, they'd have been okay. But yeah, anyway, you win some, you lose some. Yeah, guys, we'll see you next week, and take it easy. What are you gonna do now?